Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Valor Quest Studios live development stream. Now, I've got to warn you, this might be boring for some of you first-time viewers. And for others of you, it might be exactly what you've been expecting for minutes, if not hours. Now, it's time to get serious. There we go. Ridiculous. Outstanding. All right, let's get serious here. There we go. Get that angle grinder going there. Now, some of you might be wondering, what in the hell is going on here? Well, I'll tell you. I don't know. You're just going to have to watch as my disorders unfold. Ladies and gentlemen, let me get the link out here and here we go. Going to need some confirmations that I got all my stuff working properly. And your mom. Going to get me some snacks real quick. I'll be back in un momento, por favor. I speak Espagnol. For all you linguistics majors out there. Look at this. DuckTales. Well, it's all fuzzed up. Why would it do that? You know what? I don't like DuckTales all that good anyway. I'm going to put something else in there. What do we got here in the way of games? What do you got going on here? Well, I might want to dig one of those out. Iron Sword. That looks like a good game to die in. I'm going to do the old Texas lane swap here. This is going to be tricky. That's the wrong freaking game. Really going to make it hard on myself. I start doing that stuff right there. Just enough to drive you insane. Whatever. Man, is this Bitcoin going to go back up? Ladies and gentlemen, I talk a lot about cryptocurrency here on the dev stream, but the truth is a lot of Valor Quest's startup capital is invested in cryptocurrencies. And I just think it's important that we keep a close eye and watch on those markets because that basically represents the future of Valor Quest. So there's that. Iron Sword. Let's see if this bad boy even works. Probably not. Can't get a Nintendo to work. All right, let's get this. Why is it so heavy? Man, Nintendo game without heavy. Let's see what happens when I push the button. Well, Not really sure what's going on there. I mean, no, get off of that. I mean, it works, but what the fuck? It's like playing it back in the hundreds. Like, that's really bad. I don't know. I got better things to do than figure out that shit. Well, what's going on? Message retracted. Well, I didn't see what it was. All right. You know what? I'm completely in the wrong place here. But maybe you don't. Nobody knows where I am, so they don't remember how I got here. So I can just sneak on through. I'm going to try to get to the location I'd like to put a box. I don't even know if this is the right way to go. So I'm going to do that. I'm sharing the wrong screen. Uh-oh. Wife's calling me. Did I even bring my drink in here? Yes, I did. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Valor Quest Studios, where we have retracted messages in our chat rooms. I'm just kidding. I have no idea what that means. All right. Now, what happened here? We're going to go back to this Rotwater dungeon that I know where I'm at. See, I got lost in my dungeon. I made the damn thing, and I got lost in it. But since nobody's watching this anyway, I'm going to go ahead and just plow right through it and give up the path. But see, there's nobody watching. So, whoa, what's this? Whoa, we don't want that on there. Holy crap. All right, let's go in this path through this dungeon here. Just look the other way in case you don't want it to be spoiled. I'm giving you ample up. Uh-oh, I'm getting smashed here. Hey, look, kids, a deer. All right, you don't know where I am anyway. I don't know where I am, so I know you don't know where I am. Now, I think right here. Uh-oh. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we've got interruptions. Uh-oh. Hey, what's up? What's wrong? Come here, tigers. Man, it's colder than ice is in here. I'm sick and tired of it. Well, shit, I got lost again. This is why nothing ever gets done. What? Uh-oh, I'm being attacked. You didn't attack me. No. Oh, somebody did attack me. What's this? Look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, we have live stream action here. Valor Quest Studios. Perhaps the most lively place on the face. I've had a series of multiple strokes. Strokes are no friend. Fast. Face drooping. Arms weak. Speech slurred. Time to call 911. If you act fast, you can save lives. And that's no joke, friends. Now, what are we doing here? Oh, shit, I'm lost again. I need something going on here. looks like I'm doing nothing, but I have other windows that pop up. And since this thing is from 1996, it does not work properly. See, that doesn't, I don't even know. Ridiculous. I'm lost. Oh, riches. Right is where I want to put the boss. Wait a minute. Move. Okay. Yeah, right here. Oh, wait a minute. Can I go right there in the pile of gold coins? No, I cannot. All right. So right here, because if you hit south right there, you're going to keep going. But, well, it took off secret hack that shows me what area number I'm on. You know what? There's more than one. There's no, that won't work. Anyway. You know, there it is. Make a boss. Hit points and location. So basically, when you fight a monster that's a boss, there'll be some kind of indication, of course, that it's a boss and that you're going to get your butt whooped. I think what we should do is just see normal mobs just make a copy of their database entries on the fly to serve as an instance, so you could fight that mob for that one screen. On monsters that you can attack that retain their cohesiveness as an entity, unlike regular generic mobs. So basically, when they are fought, a temporary file will be created, but unlike the regular mobs, it may or may not disappear at the end of one fight. So if you attack a monster that has 1,000, you do 100 hit points of damage and then run away. It'll have 900 hit points. Probably heal quite quickly, like you do, and within a certain distance or within a certain time, come after you, such that if it catches you on your next action, basically it will be a continuation of that boss fight where it has attacked you. So things like fleeing and what's the other one? Stalemating will come into play more. That you'll have more control over your ability to do that in a fight, because losing a fight's much more impactful than, of course, drawing. This is not right. There it is. I also wrote a note on here to keep track of all your best runs under an account umbrella. Well, that's a good idea too. What else have I got here? got a whining kid in the next room. I got to figure out what that's about. I suppose the dignified thing to do would be Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to my dev stream. I'm your host, Guru Child, and I'm here to tell you to buy Bitcoin. Anyway, you can or not, I don't care. You can do whatever you want. That's up to you. This is not financial advice. Okay, this is just, well, it's not fine. Yeah, it's not. So, multiple Sadoons. Wrong notes. Okay. So I want to put a boss right there. Hello, welcome to my game stream. Just kidding, I don't speak like that. Not that there's anything wrong with people that do. But it's not because of that. You know what? Let's kill some losers here. Nelvin Rat. I don't remember how wrong some of these things are. I don't think enthusiastic. No, they're not. Did I even spell that right? Enthusiast. That doesn't look right. What? Enthusiast. Okay, I did spell it right. I thought I got the ast wrong. Hey, no fighting. No fighting. I will not tolerate fighting in my lair. Anyway. I'll show you a battle report. Well, I can't show you. Right there. Battle report. Linkable. They last, I think, about 2 weeks. And then they're automatically deleted. But I think in the future I might have a save battle. Just make sure I write it down on the list here. There, it's done. What's going on here? Paying me to work. Yeah, I'm not getting paid to work, though. You're not paying me to work. If you were paying me to work, I'd actually be doing a lot more than this. What are you talking about? I was at your mother's night the previous. And we were talking about local politics. What do you think about that? Yeah. Uh-oh. You know, yeah, what happens when I close that? Ridiculous. I've got to get some streaming software. Let's go ahead and finish that bad boy. It could harm my device. Well, yeah. I like a little bit of excitement. Unlike your mother's. Well, I think we need to whiteboard the boss stuff. That's what I think we need to do. This probably won't even reach over here. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Oh, hell. Well, anyway, I don't know what's going on here. We're going to, wow, that's horrible. Okay. So, ridiculous. Make sure I'm not using a permanent marker like last time. You have to get you some acetone, clean that off. All right. Oh, you see? Oh, shit. What's this crap? I don't need to know any of this. What the hell? Oh, shit. That was my appointment for tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen. All right. Now, this is not right. This is not helpful. That's not helpful either. That's slightly less as helpful. Ah! Shit falling. That's my favorite thing. Things not working and shit falling. My two favorite things in the world. Oh, for the love of everything that's good, will you please just stay up there? I don't understand the... Anyway. So, we're going to have what we call a boss here. All right, does that show up? That shows up about like your mama's panties. So maybe I ought to just get rid of this. Stop sharing. All right. So since I haven't figured out how to... Hey, since I haven't figured... Your mother. Your mother inspired me last night to become a music dancer. Anyway, bosses. My Bluetooth can't seem to make up its mind. Anyway, uh-oh. Don't do drugs, kids. It's bad for your health. Anyway, boss. So, oh, for fuck's sake, this... Two things that bosses have. Well, three things, actually. And,
Three things that bosses will have.
hit points and
PlayStation.
Instance over here. You know, it's kind of funny. I can remember this. Anyway. So, persistent hit points and instance.
No.
And so let's say you attack the boss right here. Now, you attack it one time. So you're coming at the boss.
No.
Get out of here. I'm going to turn you into hamburger. Anyway. So you attack. You attack the boss. Two times, three times, four, and beyond. Now, what the boss will come after you. Okay, here's four areas in between. You know you're mashing button, you're clicking, you're like, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to attack the boss here. I'm going to attack him here and here. And so I think we have a pretty good handle on this now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and code that into the game. Now, so we've got that situation. All right. Now I'm going to get in there and open up my monster editor. There it is. Of course, I'm not going to show that to you because that belongs to my secret interface. That's funny right there. That types that out. Yeah, that shows that. So I can't be showing you what that is. That would be a horrible blunder. You know what? Why doesn't that hide? Christ, that sucks. Anyway. So, okay. I'm lost. Put that thing over there. I share the screen. No. Every now and then I forget what I'm doing. I just have to sit here for like a minute and stare at nothing. Oh, hell. I've got to get. I wish you could all see the things I see on here. I can't share it. I mean, it's not that I don't want to. It's just I'm not capable of it. I don't know how to. Okay. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay, so where's the fucking Edge tab at? God help us. It's not there. Yeah, it is. There we go. Now, here is an example view of the roulette. Now, the roulette is actually a quasi-boss because the roulette is the only monster that has special code attached to him. Besides the rats. Rats have special code attached to them. Rats do not drop items. They may not drop gold either. I can't remember. But anyway, the roulette appears in one of three places, depending on what time you check. What's a black screen? Yeah, that's what I thought. Your mom was back last night. I would like to see if you could say something again. I'm just kidding. I don't know his mother. So anyway, can I get back to my broadcast now? Or are you going to start complaining that something of yours does not work again? Yeah? Okay. So anyway, this is the roulette. Now what I'm going to need to do We'll have to open us up some monster coder, ladies and gentlemen. Now, is it Monster or is it Monster X? And if it's Monster X, where's the Monster X? There it is. $110 of 2024. 1/7, 2024. Yeah. So hold on a second. Look at this. That's a fine kitty cat right there. So we need to go into the monster code. So let's think. We need to get this crap out. Where's my real freaking post-it set? That's what I'm talking. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, my son's having a meltdown. If you'll excuse me just one moment. You know what I like to do is eat tacos. All right, so we have I'm just going to create a normal new monster. Anyway, that's not going to help me right now. So let's go deeper in the dungeon here and kill something. I'd like to find a monster. I'm not going to do anything to the roulette. I've already got that. He's as much of a boss as I want him to be. Oh, shit, where did I go? Okay, I know where I am now. Maybe. Or do I? I don't know. Where am I? Let's go this way and see what happens. So, look, it's nice and dark. It's like your mama's back porch. Your mother? I didn't eat tacos today either. I just said I liked them. Taco Bell's priced themselves away from the damn dinner table. I used to go to Taco Bell 3, 4, 10 times a week. Now you go there and get 3 tacos supremes, and it's like, well, that'll be $17. And it's like, what's $17? Get the hell out of here. Go make a run for the border. What's $17 for this? They forgot who they were. You spill haul up to Taco Bell and be like, just, yeah, and then they give you a sack or whatever. I swear, microphones and audio and whatever I'm doing. That's like you got to get your birth certificate out and check it every time you want to use a microphone. Social security number and a list of previous addresses. Ridiculous. That little guy right there. I don't know what I'm doing. So, bosses. We're on bosses, right? So I'm going to create a new monster. It's going to have to have a special flag, which if you saw here on my monster editor, which I know this is the first time anybody has seen this, but it's just for my use. And I cannot create new monsters with this script yet, but I can. Basically, what I'll do is I'll create a new monster. Hell, let's go ahead and do that now. Go to my source files here, my local copy of my working folder. So let's go find one. Oh, surely there's one in here. Okay. Now, see, I don't know how to share this. Yeah, I do. I just don't know how to do it the way I want to do it. Now, watch the screen go ridiculous here in about. There you go. We're going to do a wave or something. Oh, make sure there's nothing compromising on here. Crap. Anyway, so we're going to go here. I suppose you can see that. I don't know. Anyway, in my monster editor, I have all these slots down here. They're not being used for anything. I can just pick any of them. Of course, I'd have to edit that. But anyway, what we need here is a special flag, and then we're going to create a new monster. Let's call it Boss Hog. That's not going to be his name, but that's just what we're going to use because I don't want to sit here 5 minutes coming up with the name. Of course, it'll have to have a unique serial number. Doesn't matter. Anyway, what we'll do then, in the monster, let's say you go to fight that monster here. Let's say this is that monster and you had click it and you battle it. What would happen here? Instead of creating a rat file, basically that you are one and done with, it's going to create a boss instance. Now, if bosses are truly unique, you don't want more than one of them roaming around, so you're going to have a flag on that boss, whether it's active or inactive. I guess that would mean either it's... So if you attack a boss, let's say, and an hour goes by, nobody attacks him again, I would assume either he's regenerated all of his stuff by then, or he's reset his location, or he's wandered back to where he came from, or he lost his fucking mind and he went on a rampage and just killed everyone in the game, hardcore or not, and just that's what you get to wake up to. So anyway, say you fight a boss, you're going to create a new instance. That flag right there will denote that the boss is a boss, or that the monster is a boss. Let's say you hit him and you stalemated or ran away successfully. and you're just sitting here. I would think how long you have to run would depend on some it might be a stat of the monster, or it might be based on the monster stats, or just an intrinsic value. But how far and how quickly a monster will chase you. How long you have before chase. And I'm thinking like 5 seconds, 3 seconds. Somebody mashing this game with a good internet connection can get a dozen spaces away in a second or two, probably. I don't know, but how long you have before the monster chases, how far it will chase you. And that could be either how far from its spawn or home distance, or also how far can it be away from you before it gives up its chase and then begins its return. That looks like a mess. Did you design that template to change the code? What, this? No, that's not an in-game. That's my editor. Nobody else sees this. I'm showing it to you. Like if I have an existing monster and I want to edit it, this is where I would go. Now these aren't true numbers. A lot of these aren't even used in the game the way they're listed here, and they're not used the same way their characters. Like that agility number is not true to a character's agility. And also this number here, I have no idea what that is. I've simply just duplicated that number. It's so old and it's been there so long, I don't even know what it does. It's not resistance, obviously. That's this number here, which is only physical resistance, which again is more like an armor class and not a percent reduction. These two lines are used, but these lines here aren't used for anything. So those could be used for flags or whatever. This is how I talk to my database. So basically, if I fill this out, if I change this, it changes the entry. So the next time you fight this or see this monster, it will have the updated statistics. However, this is a quasi boss. It's not a true boss. And I'm talking about designing and coding the true bosses. But we have to step through all these Maybe I won't have any more interruptions. So, it's not a trick. I don't do it as a trick. It's just what happens when I leave screen capture on and I don't have anything else. Either way. Now, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Bosses. I don't know. I got to do something else for a minute. Can I move my mouse? Well, I need to put something up here that shows you I'm live. All right. Here, I got something. I'll just get out. Let's see here. I got some text messages from your mom. Will that work? Oh, shit. My phone just died. Damn it. Hold that thought. I popped up faster than, well, something. You keep pointing at the screen with your finger when explaining things. Use your mouse. Okay. Can you see my mouse right there? You see that? You want me to use that? It's not an Obama phone. I paid for it. And so what if it was? What's wrong with people having Obama phones? Are you against Obama? I don't have to say anything else. You walked into that one. Obama phone. I'll show you an Obama phone. Go ask your mom. God, that soda's rougher than your mom's back. Wow. They didn't have the good stuff. They had this off-brand stuff. I can feel my tooth roots getting swollen. Wow. Yeah, this is just... See, I know how to edit videos, but... So, ladies and gentlemen, bosses, let's get serious here. So, I'm going to create a new boss. Do that now. What happened to my files? Ladies and gentlemen, my files. All right, let's just take this. This is a raw file. This is basically what's talking to the database right here. So, what are we going to name this bad boy? Anybody have any names? You know what? I suppose I could angle that somewhat differently. Post-it notes. I have post-it notes everywhere here. They're mostly on my desk. I have no books. Actually, I need this note. No, I don't. Yes, I do. Notebook for DQ. See if I wrote anything about bosses down here. No, I did not. Problems with MMOs. The time and learning investment. Learning curve. Accessibility. Flexibility. Time and cost. Valor Quest has none of those problems. One thing we are lacking sorely on is social aspects. Now, some of you have said that you do not like social aspects and that you hate everyone and that you just want to play a game where you can kill and murder everyone, but that's not the kind of game that I'm developing, and it's not the kind of game that we are making. Social aspects. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what that is. Post-it notes. Right here. I used to have these pink ones like this, but they suck. Everything fucks. You bitch at me for not streaming, and then I do, and you don't watch it, and you bitch at it and say, you know what? That's fine. I would be really suspicious if you told me that I was doing a good job and I thought you were serious. I'd be like, nope, nope. I'm not going to put up that shit. You don't get to tell me I'm doing a good job. You don't have that right. You're not allowed to do that. You dump some of your wealth. You know where I dumped some of my wealth? Do I have to say your mom? So, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a moment and remember our portfolios from yesterday. In this short memoriam speech, I'm going to use big words and evoke mild feelings of loose memories and times gone past. A day when my portfolio was not circling the bottom of the toilet in the dirtiest bathroom in Baltimore. Ladies and gentlemen, I implore you to help me get back on track and develop boss fights for Valor Quest. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to save as, and I'm going to go in here and put in a number that I know does not exist for a monster yet. Start with, I don't know, 39,000. 039000. Okay, I don't think that exists. Normally I would just verify or do a search, but I'm actually hacking this together at the moment. I want DWI to see what I'm doing right now, because if he sees this, he's going to shit himself. I want to see that, actually. I hope he does that. Chew on my hair. That being said, play Beef Arena. It's a great game developed by a mediocre guy, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it for 5 minutes just as much as I did. I'm just kidding. It's a great game. Try it out. Quit being so sensitive. All right, we've the file. Now we've got to rename the monster. So we're going to name it, I don't know, Fallopian Tubes. Douglas. With capital letters as such. That's fine. What level should he be? It's off. You know what? Let's just go ahead and make him level 10. Level 10. Boss. Fallopian Tubes Douglas is our boss. And he is level 10 with, I'll see, I don't know what that is. There's your name. There's your level. There's whatever the hell that is. I don't know. Agility. Now let me think about this. I know I said earlier that it's not directly tied to play or characters, but now I'm starting to think it is. Okay, so for quick comparison purposes, 35 is your starting agility. If you match up a monster with a player that both have 35 agility, a player is going to hit about 55% of the time, 52 to 55% of the time. Level 10, you're going to... Gotta remember, this is going to be a boss. Now, should you be able to beat this level 10 boss before you can beat a 11 monster? And I think... No, I don't know. Let's quit making it hard on ourselves and just do this. All right. So the ability on Fallopian Tubes Douglas, let's put it at 100. I don't know what that is. We're just going to make it the same as that, like I said earlier. Don't know what that is. I don't know what that number is right there. It's probably the same. I don't really feel like digging into that right now. That's hit points. So your hit points on Fallopian Tubes Douglas. I don't know. Let's just make it 460,000 because we want it to be really high. We don't want it to be killable in one battle. I don't know what those are. Experience and gold. See, once again, I don't know what these numbers mean, but experience and gold. I'll give it a lot. Yeah, you kill this thing, you 5 million gold, 5 million experience. To hell with it. You're yeah. No, just a starting point. Here's all the names of the attacks and whatnot. I'm just going to leave those alone. I don't care. They already exist on another monster. That I'm going to change, though. A monster there was a negative. Look at that. There it is again. A negative attack power. Negative attack range. I didn't even know I did that. No. Do there. Okay. Physical resistance. What's the physical resistance going to be in a level 10 boss named Fallopian Tubes Douglas? Let's go with 50. It's a lot closer to 50% reduction in damage than a player is with the same defense. Items get now. If I wanted to change what items this monster drop, what table he has access to, that would be this variable right here. Now, I'm going to go ahead down here to 50. Actually, let's do 49. And that's going to be... Let's make that a 1. If that's a 1... then know this is a boss. And that also will allow us to have non-boss versions of boss class monsters. Anything in here looks funky? No. Okay, so we've got our basic mob. Now wait a minute. How do I know what? Okay, so the image, I use a lot of file system advantages for my priming here. The monster image is the same file number, but .png. So it's either 39,000 or 039. I can't remember. Anyway, that's where that'll come from. It's not coded into this stuff here. So now we have a monster file. I can upload that into the database, or I can set the database, or I could just write myself a new method of creating new monsters right here. Although since I'm creating a whole new system out of that, I don't think that'd be a good idea. But we'll just let people who use Git deal with problems like that they've created for themselves. Anyway, time to take a break. You know, I never did do my break screen. With it, just do this. There you go. Two of my hairs. What's this do? I gotta peek it. I mean, you know I have to peek it. You know I'm going to peek it. Where am I peeking? I'm peeked. Ridiculous. Come on. I want to switch and I want to see what that looks like real quick. There we go. All right, that's cool. Wait a minute, is the audio even on? I guess. Hello? Yeah, it's on. What do you mean is my cat okay? What would be wrong with my cat? What are you talking about? I have unfixed female cats in the house. Some of them are in heat. No, you may not take care of them. So these bugs you found, you think you might fix them this year? What bugs? I don't have any bugs. I don't create bugs in my software. Only an idiot would do that. What is this? All right. I'm supposed to be on leave. Somebody's going to tell me that's bad etiquette. You know it's bad etiquette? Your mother. Okay. All right. Where was I at with the boss? Okay. Oh. So, where's on with all that? I've got it. We were going to create a boss. I got it. Okay. So what happens? So there's only 3 possible outcomes in a boss fight then. Either you win, you lose, you flee, you stalemate. The boss... Oh, wait a minute. How's that work? Win, lose, stalemate. You can't... Wait a minute. You don't want to... You don't want to stalemate. Or you can't stalemate. Now, let's say the more likely option is you flee. So let's say you just had a fight with a boss monster. You just almost got your ass handed to you. You have low hit points. You just fled the battle. Of course, when you're playing the game, you're going to see I fled the battle. Now, those 2 variables I spoke of. Let's do this. 49 is going to be your boss flag. That's 1 or 0. That's all. That's a Boolean. I know what Boolean is in 1s and 0 because I'm a professional game developer. So don't you be jealous of that. Now, this will be how long you have before chase. Now we got to think in terms of what the game knows versus what you know. Normal monsters don't have any intelligence to them whatsoever. How long and how far? Okay. Let's say this will be in seconds. Now I'm trying to think, do I need to use milliseconds or does it matter? Can I convert it? Let's just use 5 for 5 seconds. Now this 50 will be, 50 is this. How long until chase? That's 50. How far? So in other words, how far? So let's say you flee the boss fight. You immediately run 1 square away, 1 space away, whatever. You flee 1, or you move 1 time within 5 seconds. So basically, how many of those do you have before the monster is no longer chasing you? We're going to go ahead and say I don't know, make him somewhat chasey. 3 spaces. So 51 then is how far? How many spaces? So now we have a monster that's got a monster flag. You have 5 seconds to move more than 3 spaces. But then that brings into question, well, what if you're just dancing around it? How does the game know you're going away from it and not, playing games with it, so to speak? I think the act of the chase is what's more important rather than the mental picture in your head of where the two of you are. I think if you're playing, you're going to be button mashing the area, especially if you just fought a monster and you know damn well that one of the outcomes is you just fled. You have seconds to react before your next action will be another fight. This is the part where I look up and my microphone's been muted this whole time. So all that stuff that I'm thinking, I'm like, wow, that was good to get out. I'm glad I have that. Maybe I can reference that later. And I go up, look up here, and oh, it's been muted the whole time. That's what I expected to see right there. I didn't. So that's definitely an improvement. So this boss, he's got boss flag, time to chase, and how far. Now, how's the game going to know that you went 3 spaces or 3 spaces away in that length of time since you fought that monster? And what happens if you're out of his range now? How long is his memory? Or does his memory end one of the conditions is satisfied? So basically, do you have an aggro boss sitting there? What? You son of a bitch. I'm looking. Everything's... I can even see my little lights lighting up now. I couldn't see that before when it was bugged. So don't tell me you can't hear me. I will hold your tail up in the air and slap you with a belt. I'll make you a boss and give you no chase number. Anyway. So we're going to need boss or not. And I need to start a new post-it note so that I keep track of this. See where I'm typing in these numbers. There's 49, 50, 51. I keep track of that so I can label them properly in my editor so I don't make the same mistake I did with those other 3 variables. And I'm like, well, I don't know what the hell they are. I just keep putting in the same numbers as these other ones. And I don't know any different yet. So I'm just going to do that instead of potentially risking something breaking. But keep in mind, kids and boys, I am a professional. Okay. I would not recommend you try this at home. And I'm being serious about that. Game development is not for the weak-minded. It's not for the stupid. Well, I suppose it can be. If you put them on, like a AAA title or something else that's equally mindless. It's like it's like buying a bridge. Okay, everybody's like, "Wow, you bought a bridge. That was really intelligent." The whole joke. But then those people decide they want to put up toll gates, and they're not just any toll gates; they're fancy toll gates. you spend all this money to refurbish this bridge that everybody loves using. All of a sudden, it costs you to go across it. But that convenience is something that you're willing to pay for, ladies and gentlemen. The moral of the story is you're going to get laughed at if you buy a bridge. But you might be the one that has the last laugh after all. So what we're going to need here it's a boss. I've attacked it. I fled. Within 5 seconds. But I only did it once, so he caught me. So now I'm trying to hit statistics or some crap. I'm going to face a fight. So basically what I'm going to need to do on a battle you need to set the flags that are going to be different because you're setting some flags here. You're not doing a one and done. Let's complete this battle and then that's it. Set the flags on the main shell program. You're going to check those flags. Now, if these flags are set, if these flags are settled, then we're going to forget about them and reset them. But that main program check is going to have to look for these. See, do I give the player a flag that says he's actively engaged in such a fight? I guess you wouldn't because it's not affecting anything. Because either you satisfy the conditions of escape or you don't. And if you don't, then your next action is going to face a battle. However, I suppose I could make that less than 100% certain. I don't know, that's starting to get too complex. What? I have to keep checking to make sure people aren't making fun. You son of a bitch. Get that dick neck guy out. I do not look like that. I cannot look like that. It'd be like if I took my whole arm and made it my neck and put my head on the end of it like some kind of a stupid bird or something. Ridiculous. It's not going to happen. So let's get these bosses done. I swear, if you say you can't hear me, I'm going to come through here. I'm starting to think you were messing with me before, except for the fact that I couldn't see those little dots. You're lucky. Lucky I'm driving right now. That's all I can say. You think that's funny? Oh, I hit the insert key by accident. Yeah, you want to hit that one, don't you? Right before you start typing a no-look sentence. Anyway. Like that neck, do you? Give you some neck to neck about. You like that neck, do you? Say we can make it longer. That. You like that? That's dick neck. Man, look at that. I bet that's like the 5th time somebody's photoshopped that picture like that. So every time you do it, he looks more and more ostrich-like. Ridiculous. It's not funny. It's not funny to make fun of people. What if that was you? Would you like if somebody made fun of you? What's going on here? I don't like that. Should make for people. It's not cool. Remember what I said earlier about strokes, okay? Strokes are no joke. Remember fast. Face drooping, arms weak, speech slurred. Time to call 911, friends. Strokes are no joking matter. Here at Valor Quest Studios, we are dead serious about that. It works on everything. It's always free, and sign up is fast and painless. Oh, look at this. Here's an old notebook where I wrote down quest notes before I even coded it. Let's see if quest notes. Each time main is called, you need to check the quest file for the player. It's checking for a patch indicator, and then it's patching if you don't have it. Okay, that's what I did. Quests have a beginning area and an ending area. No, they have a lot more than that. They have steps. Anyway, bosses. So, I don't even have this boss uploaded yet. Anyway, that's... What else did we need here? So let's think this through. You attack a boss. You flee. You're going to have low hit points, most likely, because you flee. His chase time is 5 seconds. So let's say you run in 3 seconds. You're out of the area. I don't know. Are we making this too hard? I mean, are we making this too complicated? There's got to be... Let's see. I need a whiteboard. Like, I don't know. I need a lot of things here. This setup, I'm using this crappy camera on my lap. See, that's what I need to do is just pay $100 to get a decent camcorder that I can use for this instead of relying on... See, my DSLR body is 8 years old. Laptop's a year old, but the camera, of course, is... My name don't walling. So, oh, here's some more quest notes. Yeah, we did that. Bosses. Is there going to be a full battle with this boss? Well, yeah, eventually. I'm not planning on doing all this right now. This is just part of the process. Hell, it might take me a week to do this. I'll do 10 other things in between then. So, first things first. Oh, shit, where am I at here? Helps if you go to the right kind of file. So anyway, let's just go ahead and leave this here. So let's simplify this. A chase shouldn't happen. So basically, if a monster has a chase value of 5, check my mute. I don't know if I'm muted or not. No, I'm not. Anyway. So let's say is a monster. 5-second chase time. Let's say you run in 3 seconds. How about? That's how far it will chase you. So let's say all right, enable for the game to detect whether or not you have properly run away from the boss. You're going to need to not be in the area that the boss spawns. And you're going to need to have moved 3 times. You don't have 5 seconds to move 3 times. You have 5 seconds to move once, 3 different times. So you have 15 seconds to move 3 times. 5 seconds max per time. If not, your next action will be a boss fight. As if you had pushed a button to say, fight this monster or this boss. So what I like to do when I'm thinking through something I'm going to put in here, obviously I have to think over it a lot in my head because I have no short-term memory. I can't operate with that level of functioning. So I have to sit here and write things down and reiterate them over and over and over again until I have half an idea of what I'm doing. Fortunately, I started building this game before that was a problem. But now it very much is a problem, and I just work with it. Like to say my CPU speed is not affected, only my RAM. But I'd say they're both quite a bit affected. Oh, you son of a bitch. Don't you even bring that in here. Don't you even bring that toxic negativity in here. It's ridiculous. There you go. Bye-bye. Have fun in infinity, asshole. So, let's say you have a boss. So you have a boss. Now satisfy the conditions of a chase so that you are no longer chased or fought. You will have to have moved 3 times. Now, do I need to make sure that you have moved to 3 unique areas? I don't think so. I mean, you get the feel of running away from the boss, whether you're like, I don't know, like, I guess I could do this. This is what some people do to show. Oh, yeah, that's the good stuff. So anyway, just draw the little picture here. So, well, I suppose I have to change the color of the brush if I want to see it. Here is your boss. Now, let's say here you are. Here's your dude. I apologize. I'm not very quick at drawing with the mouse. I'm good at it, but I'm not very quick at it. Okay. There you are with your little face. All right. Whatever. Your little thick sword and your little shield, whatever you got there. Yeah. So, here's area 1. Here's area 2. Here you come along. Okay, you're right here. That's area 1. You're the boss over here. You move over here. Let's not even talk about automatic accost. Like there will be bosses, there'll be instances where you are automatically accosted and you will be attacked immediately. But that's not what we're going to do here. So you're coming up from area 1 to area 2. You attack this boss, okay, one time. And yes, I'm mocking people who do these things because I think it's stupid and hilarious, the things they point out and the things they don't point out. So I'm making a massive mockery of that kind of thing when I'm doing this here. So anyway, here comes your dude. Let's cut him out. Let's do this here. All right, whatever. Cut him out. There you go. He's coming along, right? Whoop. Helps if it sticks. There you go. He's coming along. You're going to pick your dude, and you're like, hota, hota. And you get him, and you get him good. Now, you fight him over here in area 2. But you run away. Actually, when you run away from a boss fight, you're just run away, but you're in the same area, okay? Now you're in this area, and you got your screen, your Valor quest screen. So now you're gonna exit once. But oh no, you waited 6 seconds to exit instead of 5. So we're gonna go here. It's the mouse whiskers. Just a second. I'm in the middle of a discussion here or something. So you attack the boss. You fled. You're still alive. So then you fled. You're in this area still. Then you move 1 space away within 6 seconds of fighting the boss. Well, he has a 5-second chase timer. So you waited 1 second too long. And the game will be checking milliseconds, by the way. So it's not like round, there's no nonsense to worry about there. It might be off by, 3 milliseconds or so, but it's not going to affect much. So anyway, now, when you waited that 1 extra second, it's going to be happening in real time. So at that time, let's say you try to click another escape area. You waited 6 seconds here. Now all of a sudden you try to go here. That action is going to trigger another fight. You're going to have another round, so to speak, of fight with this dude. So that the result will have to be either you fleeing, you dying, you winning, or you stalemating. I'm trying to think how stalemates work in that. Because it kind of doesn't make sense. I don't know, but don't worry about that right now. Now, when you're trying to do that next action and you waited a second too long, that will be the boss fight, and it will end in that. Now, let's say you flee again. That same timer will go into effect. So I think we've kind of figured out structurally on the back end how this is going to function and how it will be different from normal everyday mobs. In a way, there's obviously going to be some development on this. Now, what am I missing? I see. How long? How far? I think we're going to need to give it another number, and this is going to be a number between 1 and 100. And I'm going to put it on 48. Actually, and it's one of my idiosyncrasies is the fact that what I write my code in starts on line 1, and my Perl programs or my arrays start with number 0. So whenever these are read into an array, that'd be variable and then reference number 0. This will be reference number 1. So these are always, anyway. Just want to share with you how complicated and how ridiculous I do things. Because if you can't get any good publicity, you can get no publicity. I can't talk. Maybe I need to fast. Strokes are no joke, friend. I'll reiterate. Face drooping, arms weak, slurred speech. Time to call 911. Strokes are no joking matter, but sneezing is. You don't have to have life insurance for that shit right there. True story. All right, I gotta go get some snacks. I'll be right back. I lost my feed, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know where it is. I don't even think I'm still streaming. Oh, there it is. And it's not muted. Okay. Oh. And then I realized that that was the most important piece of information that I had ever heard. So anyway, back to this boss thing here. What's going on with this? Oh, well, that might help a little bit. You know, I don't want to share that. I want to share. See, can I just click on more than one of these? I cannot. Well, that's too bad. There you go. All right, I'll be right back, I think. Wait a minute. What's that look like? Oh, it's got my ugly mug traipsed on top of it. See, I'd like to be able to move that. you hit that button right there, because if you don't, then you just look like an idiot. You're just going. Well, that's beside the point. Ladies and gentlemen, so garbage. I said, who's making all that noise over there? Ridiculous. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You know what I ought to do here? Look at this. I need to start a fund for a camcorder or something that I can hook via USB-C to my computer so I can use it to do the things that. Look at this video quality. This is not an old video. This is 2024, ladies and gentlemen. I just got tired of my lights being on. I am not used to that. I'm used to much, much, much less light as a subterranean nocturnal person. Let's see, bosses. Here, let me see. That's a little better. That's gonna bother me, so we'll just do this. Do this job right here. There we go. That was bothering me. I had to fix it. So, are there any questions? Okay, so next we will. I don't like that. That's too much of my breast into the picture. That's better. Now, boss fights. What am I sharing here? Oh, good Lord, I can't find anything. Just that. Okay, I don't want just that. I don't want that. Share a tab or screen instead. Oh, wait a minute. Will you let me choose more than one? There's one. It will not let me select more than one. Garbage. It's just absolutely garbage. Right there. Shit. We're not going to talk about that. Fuck it. We'll do it live. I forgot the audio. Also share system audio. There you go. That's, oh, jeez. Ridiculous. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure there's nothing sensitive on that. I suppose it doesn't matter. Probably some autists who will find something there, but I don't think you're going to do anything with it, and I know why. Yep, I know where the bad stuff lives, and it's not here. It's not here. You're not going to see it. It's not here. Nope. I'm good. I'm golden. A little bit golden. Maybe silver. Tarnished silver. Bronze at least. So, the thing with the bosses is definitely I think that chase, that moment when you hit a boss and you know you've got a few seconds for most of them to look at like you're actually being chased. And it's in that moment, like let's say there's more than just 2 players in an active in a given area. In that moment when that chaos, see, there's a whole new world of game waiting, to happen right there. That just in that within that mechanic alone, you're frantically trying to run away. Now you're probably going to have, let's see, you're going to have paths. Let's say I fight a boss here. Say I do that. Shit, he's killed me. Anyway, no, I did. Anyway, right there. Oh, I'm already dead. See, now if I do this, basically I'm going to click there, and then I'm going to get another Eyewiser fight right there, and it's going to be the same one that I just fought. So it's going to take off of his hit points or what. I don't know. See, players all regenerate health and stamina at the same set rates. I didn't want to get too crazy with that, at least in the beginning, until I just kept those as constants. I don't know if for simplicity, if the bosses should regenerate the same, if they should have different levels. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm just trying to think of the best way to do it. It doesn't matter how to do it. No, it's like this is all theory crafting. Like this is like basically taking what's here and kind of trying to step through it a little bit before that are years old, and within the last year, come to think of it, slavery, fishing, all those boat mechanics, um, the whole town of Darjeeling. The very first iteration of that was at the end 22 when I started getting serious. Let's see what else. I completely redid statistics. I completely redid the skills page. It's the whole set. I mean, the whole back is completely different. It's just basically, this is not how the end product is meant to be. That's just like, you're going to have different abilities besides just a bunch of fighting skills that you just pick for. Yeah. I completely redid the equipment, of course. The only section that hasn't gotten completely redone is journal. And, oh, hey. That's supposed to be... Okay, that's not supposed to look like that. Okay. Let's log in with a hardcore, see if it's a hardcore, softcore bug. This is not normally this slow. I'm streaming live, so that has something to do with my shitty internet connection. Find me a hardcore character. Oh, he gets to fish. Oh, you get to see Podunk. Wait, am I sharing that? Yeah, I am. Okay. It's interesting how that cast goes on the color. It gets greener. I don't know why. Oh, it doesn't matter. Fish. Oh, he's only level 3. Wait a minute. I said he was already level 3. What happened here? Yeah, I want to get that. That's a good one. All right, I got it. That's a good haul. So what must have happened was, see, I saw that splash. No, wait a minute. That's the right day. That just happened. Right? Yeah, that just happened. Anyway, let's head on into Podunk here. Unlike the other destinations, there's actually quite a... Well, Peckerwood has some areas attached to it, but Podunk is an entire separate region. Now, if you're north from the dock here, look what we've got. Look at that. Look at that load. Look at that load pouring right there. Love that. Love that. Look, just show me all your laws right in real time. This is a special NPC, and you can see here it says slave market. Now, it's a guy named Dumont, and that's suspicious. It's a nickname or something. It's not actually his name. Let's just talk to that mean-looking dude. Talk to you a few times, see what you got to tell me. He's probably going to tell me to F off. No, he's making fun of people. There it is right there. I knew it. Wouldn't take long. Slave market. You expended 5 stamina browsing the available slaves. What is all this about? Before anyone gets excited, these are random from a truly random distribution of, how should I put this? General distributions. Yeah, so that is random. Now, to prove me wrong, let's see what 4 different ones happen to look like. And these images are interesting because they are sourced from public domain mugshot records. So if you are a felon in the United States of America, and possibly other countries too, you may have the misfortune of ending up in my game. At least your likeness in the form of a mugshot that has no association to your personal data whatsoever. The only way I know of somebody could find out anything about you if I used one of these public domain mugshots from crime that you were arrested for. You know what? What if these people were arrested and they weren't convicted? Now, it's interesting because I was like, how do I feel about that? Oh, well, none of them are ever going to play this game, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't. I'm in the clear anyway, so who cares? Anyway, these people, which, like I said, this information here has no bearing on what. You could use a reverse image search, I suppose, maybe find some of these people, but if it ever became an issue, I suppose I could just change them. Anyway, slave market. Let's see here. See what a few more of them look like. Now, what do I got? You're probably thinking to yourself right now, why am I watching a video with a guy who's got one view on a street? I'm really seriously reevaluating my life choice. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, this game is an amalgamation of basically different games, things I've liked from games, and obviously this OVR, that overall rating, that's borrowed from, I think Madden is where I got that from. I don't know. It's one of those weird games. It's like I'm not into sports games much, but for a minute there, I got into that Madden game on the phone. Man, I was hiding my phone, playing that shit and everything. That was an addiction and a half right there for a second, until I realized I had to pay for it or something, and I was like, "What am I doing?" I mean, it's one thing to feel like you should support something, but to do it because you're compulsively addicted to it, that's an entirely different beast altogether. I'm going to buy water me. Okay, I'll water your ass, Rainy. Kidding me? His name's Rainy, and he's got his quote. That's kind of cool because these quotes and these, I mean, this is all randomly paired together. It's not. So I got a slave named Rainy. He sure looks like Rainy. His quote says, water me. Now you want to look at these stats here because your strength, these aren't that important yet, but your intelligence rate determines how many skill points you're going to be awarded if this right here, this part, matches what they're looking. Well, it only works in a slave area. For some of the areas where the slaves are being sold, are slave. I haven't got that far yet. Basically, the areas have to be coded. Like they have to be coded with a tag. It's no big deal. It's just I haven't set these in Podunk for slavery, which I normally don't do until I'm done building an area, because if I have to change areas that have active slaves, it can be a little bit dicey. I need to change. Notice a shipping office. There's no functionality here yet, I don't think. No. There wasn't any here either, right? Look at that lag porn. Oh, God, it's so laggy. I love it. It's like when you see something happening in slow motion and you just can't look away. All right, here's the bank in Podunk. It's been a while since I've been here. There's a lot of make sure I'm on. There's a lot of lore that's already present in the game, and if someone wanted to go around and read everything they could, they'd figure out like kind of what the is. But in August of 1995, in this lore, in the game's lore, there was a disaster, a rocket disaster. There's some technology that these people were seeking, and they had one central civilization, and something, of course, went horribly wrong. And none of the game that you experience right now takes place in that region, and I still haven't decided how to approach it, but basically I want it to be crazy. I want it to be just like if I'm trying to have AI draw some kind of depiction, I will use terms like metropolis, radioactive, rocket, explosion, experiment, reality, time slip, just chaotic, no logic, just it fucked up the fabric of reality. It didn't slip through it, but it messed it up. And I had ideas for like every time you go there for AI to take over and generate an entirely new version of the map for you, and not necessarily in place, but just in appearance, maybe even cosmetic, something to portray the idea that this place is so fucked up, you can't even, I don't know. It's hard for me to put in words. That's not where I'm going. That's not today's topic. But anyway, you take boss. Where was I going? I was on something earlier. You take 6 seconds. He's got a 5-second chase time. Your next action is going to be a fight that boss. I say that timer resets. However, do we want another variable here? What's 48? This should be your health tolerance. Like, how low is he going to get before he tries to do something? You're probably going to want to have heal and flee. Percentage of your health I have left if you flee. Excuse me. 47 and 48 will be heal and flee percent health. So he will heal at 25% health. He will flee at 10. And the reason why is because a boss is not going to tend to flee unless he's really hurt. He's probably not going to heal either. But I go ahead and put these variables in here now. So now we've got a monster boss. You've got how long you have to get that many spaces. Just my mouse. How many seconds you have to get this many moves away from that action. So I guess I'm not going to locate it in time, but I'll check to make sure it's not the boss spawn area itself that you are escaping. If it is, obviously the monster will still catch you, or a new one will attack you, and then you still got that other one roaming around, which also opens up some new possibilities. So you've got this monster now. All that other shit I just said. He will give chase down to his heal percent of health. At that time, see, now, do you want to make it so that you can chase an injured boss down, or is it like if he gets low and runs, you're not going to chase? But see, that doesn't make sense. What if you're really smart and what if you're a really good ninja? It seems to me like a boss wouldn't get hurt and just be able to limp away while you just stand there. Oh, well, I guess I lost him. You know. There is literally no one watching. Literally no one is watching this. That's awesome. Anyway, I'm recording a lot of stuff that might help me if I go back over it. I don't know. We'll see. You keep pointing at the screen. Oh, I already covered it. Okay. So we've got that now. What else are we going to need? I think it's time to start implementing this and figure out what we need now along the way, because it's not going to be that hard to easily accommodate this. I'm not sure if I should be bringing it. Oh. Get tired, ladies and gentlemen. Been a long day here at Valor Quest Studios. And am I showing that? I don't know what I'm... Oh, come on. I still don't have enough monitors. I have 2 monitors. I have a big one, which is not even really a big one, and a laptop monitor. I'm not even on video. What the hell's up with that? Ridiculous. See, I'm not qualified to be doing this. I don't have any practice. I don't know what I'm doing. It's just, I'm trying to develop games here. I'm trying to make videos. I'm trying to be creative and all that nonsense. And it's just like, this is just a lot. When I set out, I knew, I wanted to be someone who makes games. I guess I just saw the game making part of it. And of course, that was making games is hard. But there's all this whole universe of crap that goes with it. I guess it's all kind of similar, but not at the same time. And then once you start getting into the business world, the marketing and it's a lot. But that's probably why I like it. Unlike most things, it's actually challenging. Especially when you're as screwed up as I am in the first place. And if you don't think I'm screwed up, well, you let me go read the terms of service, and I'll get back to you with how close to that line we can get. Ladies and gentlemen, I assure you. Oh, crap. That's what you want to hear in the back of a kitchen when you're ordering your lunch. You put in your order, all of a sudden, oh, crap. And then you hear a bunch of shit fall on the floor. It's like, yeah, that's what you want to hear. I mean, it's even better when you hear that, and then 5 seconds later, you hear their boss storm back there and start screaming and yelling at all of them, and then more shit starts dropping, and it's just a cascade of wonderment. Yes. And there will be cats. Oh, God, I've got the vapors. Oh, anyway, nobody's watching, so let's just... So, you've got. So now I've got to think through my steps of what I need to do to make this happen, which is pretty much how I do everything. It's probably why it's taking so long. Seriously, though, I've had a long day, and this streaming is something I just wanted to dab my feet into just to get some kind of idea how this even works. Like I said, I can do videos, I can do video editing. This is a slightly different beast because it's kind of like you're adding an extra layer of complexity on top of it. Plus the fact that it's live. Not that I care about being live, it's more like you have to have extra considerations for your content and your, I don't know, your pay, a lot of things that I'm not very good at yet. Probably, I don't know. I do the things that need work will get some work. Something else I'm going to have to redo here, and I don't want to do this on screen, but I want to review some personal messages I've received over the months and make sure that people who have contributed their time and their hard-earned money have not been overlooked. I assure you, if it seemed like you suggested something and I ignored it, it was not intentional. If I had no intentions of doing something to the game and I told you otherwise, I wouldn't do that. I would just, you say, no, I'm not going to do that, which some of the suggestions I've gotten for things to put in the game, trust me, they're not going to be put in the game. Now, other things. Make some adjustments here. 1 minute, folks. See, there's a whole side there I didn't even see. Okay, so let's do a fight. I want to see something here. What would watch me die? Oh my god, I did die. Wow. What the hell? That was... Well, I should have equipped myself better and done a little bit of training before I just dive into crap like that. I don't have to read. No. I'm in Podunk. I might as well show you Podunk. But that right there is a chasm. Right now, it's just kind of an oddity, but I want to make it something nasty. I want to make it like a percent chance to actually die right there, just making that jump. The original plan is to make it so that this part of town was accessible through boat from here over. And then once you get across the hole, this part of town was only accessible from Sadoon, from coming in the way. I don't think I can still go that way. I think I closed it off. Let me see. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and heal here before I resurrect her at the hospital. All right. Yeah, I think my kids are downloading some terabyte updates or over the Wi-Fi. I have a secret high-speed internet that I can use if I need to, but A, you burn through it fast, and B, and number two, what was I going to say? You go through it fast, and I don't have very much of it. I don't know which. I have high-speed internet I can burn through, but it's like kind of I only use it when I have to because it goes quick. And it's also expensive. This is the general family Wi-Fi through the cell service, which is, oh, hey. I forgot how I made you. Let's see what you have to say and what you sell. Such a scumbag. Look at him. This fucking cigar, is that? Looks like it's not even in his mouth. Anyway, 1950s lettering, and what are you, 25 years old, trying to act like you're some badass? Get out of here. That's an actual mugshot, by the way. I did Photoshop some of that, I believe, but that's an actual mugshot. Wow. Got me there, dude. So, anybody want to know what that does? I think I said somewhere what that's going to do. It doesn't do anything yet, but it will. Maybe at a little bit quicker pace than the bosses. I want to check out that sword. Oh, yeah. Look at that. 69 rating. That's pretty good. Not just because it's 69, but because I've only seen a handful of weapons with a rating over 70, and I've only seen one with a rating over 80. Not sure what the maximum possible is. Its rating is your average damage times your speed. So it's basically like your DPS. What the fuck is going on here? Yeah, I gotta go for a second here.